Hi, I'm Mark Hyczko from the New Brunswick Chamber Orchestra.
And I'm Amanda Potter from the Zimmerli Art Museum.
And together we're presenting a 6-part program called Subversives, where we explore artists and composers who win against the grain.
We hope you'll enjoy today's program and come visit the museum or one of NBCO's great concerts coming soon.
The next work we're about to hear is from the self-appointed bad boy of music, George Antheil. George Antheil was born and raised in Trenton, New Jersey, although he spent the majority of his career in Europe, where he was hanging out and composing with fellow avant-gardes. In the 1920s, he was writing works like Ballet Mécanique and Sonata Sauvage, where he was experimenting with tonal clusters and using found instruments, engines, sirens, coupling 8 pianos at the same time. This is a later work from the 1930s and was dedicated to the famous owner of Shakespeare and Company, the bookstore in Paris, For Sylvia Beach with Love. The second movement shows Antheil at his most witty and irreverent.
We're standing in Herbert Ferber's Environment for Sculpture. Herbert Ferber was actually a bit like Charles Ives. He originally began his career as a dentist before eventually, after a few decades, turning to sculpture first full-time. Ferber was actually a really innovative sculptor. He had this idea of making a sculpture for an entire room, not just something that you could move through, not just something that you would walk around as sculpture had kind of conventionally been conceived of. This sculpture was originally created for the Whitney Art Museum and then came to Rutgers. Rutgers at the time was beginning to think about forming an art museum rather than to unite the collections that had been dispersed throughout the campus. So this was one of the first kind of acquisitions that they made for this new building, which is now the Zimmerli Art Museum.